Hey everyone, welcome back to Southern Gal True Crime. I share missing persons, cold cases, true crime news, and more. 26-year-old Parris Hopson was last seen in Massillon, Ohio on December 25th, 2019. She disappeared while walking away from her grandparents' home after celebrating Christmas Day with her family. Parris was born in 1993 to parents Rochelle Arnold and Perry Lee Hopson, and she did grow up in the community of Massillon. Parris was a graduate of Washington High School and Cleveland State University, and she was an excellent writer with a bright future. On June 17, 2017, Parris's brother, 23-year-old Parris Hopson Jr., was involved in a hit-and-run car crash in Perry Township, Ohio, where he suffered life-threatening injuries, and he was on life support until his passing in April of 2018. The other driver, who fled the scene and has never been identified, left Parris preoccupied with finding the truth about the accident. At the time of her disappearance, Parris lived with her mother in Columbus, Ohio, where she worked in an administrative position for Nationwide Insurance, and she had previously worked as an event planner for several years. On December 25th, 2019, Parris and her mother traveled from Columbus to visit her grandparents at their house on Shriver Avenue Southeast in Massillon, Ohio. And according to her mother, Parris seemed uneasy at the time, and she had had trouble sleeping recently before her disappearance. During the family gathering, Parris was described as anxious, pacing the floor, and according to her cousin, she was reportedly dating a man who had been trying to alienate her from her family and friends. At around 2:30 p.m., Parris decided to take a walk in the neighborhood after dinner, saying that she needed to clear her head, and she may have headed toward Shriver Park on 1237 3rd Street Southeast. Parris never returned home that night. She has never been seen or heard from again, and when she disappeared, she did not have her cell phone, debit card, or her driver's license with her. According to a neighbor, Parris stopped to wish him a Merry Christmas and gave him a hug before heading toward Shriver Park on the night of her disappearance. Her vehicle was found parked outside of her grandparents' home. Her cell phone was hooked to a charger inside the car, along with her bank cards and identification that were also left behind. On the night that she disappeared, Parris's last text message was to a local church pastor inquiring about Christmas services. Her phone record, bank account, and social media have had no activity since she disappeared. And according to family members, Parris did not have any mental health problems. She had no substance abuse issues. Police found no evidence, means, or motive for foul play in Parris's disappearance. Unfortunately, there are currently no promising leads in her case. The circumstances of her disappearance still remain unclear, and her case is currently classified as missing and remains unsolved. Parris's mother, Rochelle Arnold Hopson, says that her anguish grows the longer that Parris is missing, but she said that she refuses to give up. She says, I just don't want to lose hope. I just want to know that she is okay. Parris, who lived in Columbus, Ohio with her mother, walked away from the Christmas Day family gathering at her grandparents' house on Shriver Avenue in Massillon. She was 26 years old at the time of her disappearance. Rochelle said that Parris told the family that she was going to walk to, quote, clear her head. And her mother, who was also at the family gathering that day, added that Parris had not been acting like her normal outgoing self, and she had had trouble sleeping recently. Her mother says she was just going to walk to a park that's nearby. I texted her and told her not to worry about anything, just to get some fresh air, just pray, but I never got a response. And when she didn't return later that evening, that's when I started to really worry. Rochelle discovered that Parris' cell phone was left behind hooked to a charger in her vehicle, which was parked at her grandparents' house. Once again, her debit card and her driver's license were also inside the car. Rochelle says, I know she needed some time away, and that's why she went for a walk. But for her not to come back, to leave her stuff behind, it makes no sense. It makes me think something really bad happened to her. Massillon Police Department Detective Jason Golike said that they are continuing to investigate Parris's disappearance, but have not received many tips or leads recently. According to a press release from the Ohio Attorney General, authorities do not suspect foul play, but they say they are concerned for Parris's safety. Searches by both law enforcement and the community have been conducted in the Massillon area, but unfortunately, no trace of Parris has been found. Rochelle said that she was asked about her daughter's mental health, but she assured them that Parris did not have any mental health or substance abuse issues. She went on to say she's extremely intelligent and has many goals in life, and she was determined to find out what happened to her brother Perry. Parris Hopson Jr., who is Parris's brother and Rochelle's only other child, as I said earlier, he suffered life-threatening injuries in a car crash on June 17th of 2017. According to the local Canton, Ohio newspaper, cantonrep.com, an unidentified person was driving Perry's Oldsmobile Alero and passed another vehicle in a no-passing zone on Southway Street Southwest in Perry Township, Ohio, causing a head-on collision. He then fled the scene and has never been identified. Perry remained on life support in the hospital for over a year until his death in April of 2018. He was only 23 years old, and he had a longtime girlfriend and 2 children. Rochelle says Parris was determined to find out what happened to her brother. For our family and for her niece and nephew, she would never walk away from them. Rochelle describes Parris as an excellent writer with a bright future. She had previously worked as an event planner, and she was working in an administrative position with Nationwide Insurance in the Columbus area at the time of her disappearance. Rochelle said that the community in Massillon, where Parris grew up, has shown up by the hundreds to search for her and show support for their family. Friends of the family created a Facebook page, Help Find Parris Hopson, with the hope of bringing in tips. Rochelle says, we just want some answers, something to help us find out where she is, someone to come forward with some sort of information. I just do not want to lose hope. Once again, Parris Lachelle Hopson was last seen on December 25th, 2019 in Massillon, Ohio. She's a Black female, 26 years old. At the time she went missing, she was 5'2" and 220 to 230 pounds. She was last seen wearing a black pea coat, a magenta shirt with purple stripes, blue jeans, and tall black boots with gold buckles, and she was carrying a black purse. She has black hair and brown eyes. Her ears are pierced. She has her name and a pair of lips tattooed on her chest, a rose tattooed on her foot and ankle, and an unspecified tattoo on her upper back by her neck. So if you have any information regarding the disappearance of Parris or possible whereabouts, no bit of information is too small. Please call the Massillon Police Department at 330-830-1735. Please give this video a like before you leave a comment. The most important thing you can do is share it anywhere and everywhere you can so that Parris's name stays out there, her face stays out there, her story stays out there so that she is never forgotten. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.